Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 230 of Ask Vidas and Ausra podcast. This question was sent by Ronald. He writes, Dear Vidas, the program that I have thought of studying for the diploma is the following. 1. Buxtehude, Prelude and Fugue in D. 2. Franck Prelude, Fugue and Variation in B minor, Opus 18. 3. Stanford Prelude in D minor, number 6 from 6 short Preludes and Postludes. 4. Bach Chorale Prelude Wachet ruft und die Stimme. 5. Jongen Petit Prelude. And number 6. Vierne Symphonie No. 1 in D minor. The finale, the 6th movement. So the total program duration is around 36 minutes. I am not young. I am 52, work as an self-employed accountant, and also hold a master's in environmental planning and management, which I use in my role as a member of the Maltese Catholic Church Environment Commission. Some 13 years ago, I had obtained a diploma in music studies from the University of Malta, focusing on organ performance and composition. I still do some composition every now and then. Currently, I am finalizing a Christmas carol for SATB and children's choir accompanied by harp and organ. I had studied for the ABRSM grades in piano and organ and obtained distinction in grades 6 through 8 in both instruments. I am the organist of a choir in Malta called Jubilate Deo, directed by Christopher Muscat. I therefore have frequent occasions to play in church. My challenge now is to stick to a timetable and practice program in order to sit for the organ diploma. The Total Organist courses are excellent for me because I can brush up all the things that I have already studied since I was young and learn new ones. There are always gaps in knowledge which can be excellently filled by the online courses that you provide. Thanks a lot for your interest. So, Ausra, Ronald is preparing for the ABRSM diploma exam, right?
Yes, true.
And he has to prepare about 36 minutes of organ program for that. From the pieces that I have mentioned before, in your opinion, what is the most difficult? Or some of them, what are the most difficult?
I would say probably the Vierne's finale from the first symphony.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, there might be like a couple not so comfortable spots in Bach's Chorale Wachet ruft und die Stimme. Although overall it's not a hard chorale, but those parts where the third voice comes in are harder.
Mm-hmm. So it seems that those 6 pieces are arranged in the order that could be performed as a recital, short recital.
True. Very nice program, I would say.
Mm-hmm. You start with a Baroque piece, then romantic piece, and so on. I see the alternation between loud and soft, dynamic colors, and fast and slow movements too. That's a nice variety.
Yes, I think so. Yes, I think that's a very nice program.
So his challenge is, of course, to stick to a timetable and being able to practice the program, in a timely fashion that he can prepare for the diploma on time. Of course, this is a challenge when you have a short recital program like that. But do you think that having a goal like this helps?
Sure, because it always pushes you, forward.
It's even better probably than having a goal of playing a recital, because it's an examination. It's even more. It's like a competition.
What about you? Were you worrying more and preparing more when you were preparing your degree recitals? Or just a regular recital?
Probably, to me, probably at that time it was a routine work, because so many recitals came one after another, and we both spent, we were immersed in this study all year round, and yes, it motivated me to not procrastinate and to play every day. What about you, Osha? Do you like deadlines and due dates?
No, I hate those. I don't know. Somehow, sometimes it motivates me, but sometimes it just kills me. Demotivates. But while preparing for degree recital was always fun and was a lot of pressure, because for a degree recital you would always learn new pieces of music. You would never, repeat your old music.
Of course, if you can choose those pieces yourself, then it's even more fun, right?
True.
They're yours.
True.
And so I hope that Ronald chose those pieces himself, at least some of them, and he's eager to learn them.
True.
It's not like a burden to him, but he would probably learn them anyway without even preparing for the diploma.
True, because these are, classical pieces for any organist.
And it's good to have in your repertoire anyway.
Sure. Because as you told earlier, some are shorter, some are longer, some are loud, some are soft, some are virtuosic, some are, lyric in character.
And he mentions that he frequently plays in church, so he can play one or two pieces all the time, alternate those.
True.
and immerse himself in public performance.
Yes,
experience.
because some would work nicely as preludes or postludes, for example, as Buxtehude or Vierne, and some would work very nicely as I don't know, elevation pieces or communion pieces. For example, he could play Franck's Prelude, Fugue and Variation, like in 3 different masses for, let's say, communion.
Mm-hmm.
Do Prelude in one mass, and then Fugue in another mass and Variation in another mass, because it has such a, soft, nice, I would say sad character. It's used, I think, communion very well.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's a free piece.
Ronald writes that he is a self-employed accountant. So being self-employed, of course, might add you flexibility in your day. You can work whenever you want, basically. But it also adds you pressure, right? Because you have to find the work yourself. Risk.
True.
More risk.
So more freedom, but more, more pressure probably.
Mm-hmm. With freedom, of course, it's a good thing, because he can then prioritize his time and say that, let's say, this diploma preparation on the organ is important for him.
True.
And do it first thing in the morning, let's say. I don't know if he has an access to a keyboard at home, because probably he is not at church all day long.
Yes.
It could be, it's better to have an instrument at hand, even without pedals. Right, Osha?
Yes, that's true. It's always nice to have an access to an instrument at any time.
You wake up early in the morning and you do the thing that's the most important to you first, creatively, let's say.
Yes, and your neighbors are so happy about that, yes? If you live, for example, in an apartment building.
In this case, sometimes people have electronic keyboards with headphones, right, Osh?
True.
Do you like electronic keyboards?
No. And you know that, so why are you asking me?
Because every people don't know.
I think they who listen carefully to all our podcasts, they know my opinion about real things.
I see. That's why we bought a mechanical action pipe organ, which only has two stops at home.
Yes.
But it's real, instead of electronic version with 3 or 5 manuals.
True, but it still costs much more to have mechanical instrument.
And it lasts longer.
True.
With decent probably care and maintenance. Anyway, so the challenge is, of course, to Ronald is to get motivated every single day to sit on the organ bench. But since he has a goal, it's already built in. Motivation is built in.
No, thinking about diploma that he will receive after he accomplish this program, I think should be a well motivation for him.
Yeah, maybe this diploma will help him find a decent church position.
Yes, I think that's what he is looking forward for.
Or maybe his current church position will elevate him to a higher level of income, maybe if the church officials recognize this diploma.
True.
In Malta.
True.
You see. Okay. What would you suggest for Ronald in terms of scheduling and being able to know if he is on track with his program, step by step?
Well, of course, I would start learning, from harder pieces, such as Vierne, Bach, probably Buxtehude, Franck, and to learn text first, and then to progress with other things, with musical things.
I would probably also suggest calculating lines of organ music that he has to learn and the days that he has to be ready in, and he has to prepare probably 2 months before the date, don't you think?
Well, or at least a month before.
A month is risky for non-professionals. Risky. But 2 months would give him plenty of time to improve his current level. So for him would be good to calculate the lines and divide those lines in days, and then he will know how many lines he has to learn per day.
True, but just counting lines wouldn't do the thing, because some lines can be very easy, but some can be really hard.
It's an average, I think. It's at the end it will average out, and as you say, some things is easy, some things are difficult. So on average, it will be okay. Thank you, guys. This was Vidas.
And Osha.
Please send us more of your questions. This is really fun to help you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.